you're writing a script, I normally don't like to put the title until the end because I want to figure out what the body of work does, and at the end I'll try to come up with the title. So I normally create a working title just to find it in my computer as a document. So I put it Bella. So, we started referring to the project as Bella, but we would always talk about it internally that the name of the film was never going to be Bella, because what is Bella? So it doesn't make sense. It's not marketable according to the professionals. So Bella was just a working title. When we finished the film, when we tested the film, they put 5 titles that the producers and the marketers come up, and at the end, when they were about to print the test, I called it's called the NRG or one of those things. I called them and I'm like, hey, can you just add Bella in there, just to see what happens? He said, sure. So they put 6 titles, and when they did the test, 85% of the people voted for Bella. Well, I chose New York, number one, because lack of experience. I didn't know how expensive it was to shoot in New York. Everybody was telling us, it's impossible for the budget you have, the locations you have. It is literally impossible to shoot in New York. One of the executive producers, Steve McAvity, who produced Braveheart and The Passion, he was the one that told the investor, take your money and run. This is a major disaster. You have a first-time director, first-time writer, which was me both, and first-time producers, which was Leo, who was a lawyer, and too many locations is too difficult to make the film, run away. Well, he was the main guy. Finally, when we convinced him that we could shoot, he was trying to convince us to not shoot in New York. He was like, please do not shoot in New York. Shoot in Toronto, shoot in Chicago, shoot anywhere else, but don't shoot in New York. It's very, very hard, the unions, the this, the that. So for me, New York, it was kind of like somebody telling me to not use one of my lead actors. For me, New York became a character in itself. I needed a place where if they tell you that you had 3 days to die, the minute you come out in the city, you see literally the time clicking in front of you. I needed a place where time was passing, because the whole film in reality happens in one day. It's a memory within a memory. So I needed a place where there was more dynamic, where things were going on. Like there's a line that says, it felt like a living clock where the time was literally passing. And if I had more experience, and I would listen to him, and I would shoot in Toronto or Chicago and get more days. Where I was born and raised in Mexico, there was not such terms. I learned those terms after I wrote the script, when a couple of my friends read them and they're like, hey, do you know about these terms? And I say, no, I don't. Can you tell me? Because they're confusing. Pro-life, pro-choice, I like to choose everything, but I also like life. So can you describe what this means? And when they started describing me, I realized that they were political terms. So I say, you know what, the day I'm running for office, I will answer that question. Right now I'm just telling stories. I'm a filmmaker. One thing that I always did when I was a kid, I was always playing with toys, telling stories. And I would not tell any of my friends what I was doing. I could not play with friends with my toys. But I saw my friends, they stopped playing with toys when around 5 or 6, and I played toys until I was 12 or 13. But I was always telling stories. My Superman didn't fly, my Batman didn't have superpowers, they cry and they betray each other. They had more of a, I was always trying to create some kind of story, but I didn't know that there was such a film career. I didn't think that you could study film. And one day my parents sent me to Austin, Texas to learn English, and I was walking in the street and I saw a film set, and it caught my attention, and I realized that they were doing the same thing that I used to do, but instead with toys, they were using human beings, which it was even better. So I knew right there that that's what I wanted to do, and kind of gave a purpose to my, at that time I was lost, young kid, didn't know what I wanted to do, and I had my goal set